of course, trade at times. And when they trade, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, you will get them being indebted to each other, being indebted to each other. So for example, you may get, in this case here, Arrow East Africa Limited, saying that we owe Arrow Sweden, we owe Arrow Sweden, we owe Arrow Sweden, like how much here? We owe Arrow Sweden, like for example, 10,000 Swedish crowns. 10,000 Swedish crowns. So this is an owing. This is an owing like that, right? We owe. And then at the same time, you may get again Arrow East Africa having a claim over how much, for example, they could be. So this is what we owe. And then we expect to receive. We expect, for example, to receive from Arrow Sweden, for example, 12,000 Swedish crowns. 12,000 Swedish crowns. So it will be very wrong of Arrow East Africa to start saying, you know what? We must first of all pay you 10,000 Swedish crowns. And then at the end of the day, you also, in this case here, pay us 12. It will not make sense. We are going to lose out on transaction cost. The very best thing will be to ensure that, ladies and gentlemen, we net off. We net off. Like now here, we'll come and say the difference between the two is 2,000 Swedish crowns, 2,000 Swedish crowns, such that this 2,000, you can see the receivable is more. So it is a 2,000 receivable, meaning that at the end of the day, it is only Arrow Sweden that has to look for these 2,000 Swedish crowns and pay Arrow East Africa. Arrow East Africa. So I would want you to understand this thing. And is the camera on? Yes, the camera is on. The camera is on. Whenever you realize there are a few issues here and there, perhaps it could be your network. It could be your network. Yes, it could be your network. So whenever we talk of netting, ladies and gentlemen, which is today's topic, netting. Netting stands for what here? Basically, we'll be taking the payables minus what here? Receivables. Payables minus receivables. And then you pay the net amount. The net amount. We'll end up doing what we call offset, so that we pay the net amount. We pay the net amount. Now, if you look at that particular book very well, this book is self-explanatory. Wametuexplainia vizuri sana. Wakasema namna gani woye kwa hii kitabu, wamesema netting is a process in which credit balances are netted off. In which credit balances are netted off against debt balances. Against the debt balances, so that only the reduced net amount remain due to be paid by the actual currency flows. So under netting off, ladies and gentlemen, the moment I realize that as a Aura, for example, I owe you 10,000, and then I expect to receive from you now 12. So instead of me paying you the 10, and then you pay me the 12, that basically means that we shall be risking higher amounts. We shall be, in this case here, at times even involving, in this case here, some kind of a currency exchange of a higher amounts. So to have, in this case here, this a higher amount going down to reduce our risk exposure, the person who has got an owing and a receivable at the same time should be allowed to net off. You take, in this case here, the payable and the receivable, and then at the end of the day, you say, if my receivable is more, then I expect to receive from you 2,000 Swedish crowns or whatever. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for us to be able to understand this concept very well, they've even given us an illustration down there. They've given us an illustration down there. They're telling us, or rather, we are supposed to know that netting has got, there are two types of netting. We've got two types of nettings here. We have what we call bilateral netting and multilateral netting. So whenever they talk of bi, how many companies are involved here? And a bilateral. How many companies? 2 companies. And a bilateral, we have 2 companies being involved. When we talk of multilateral, multi means what here? Many. Multi means many, or yeah, over 2. Say 3 or more. 3 or more now will be appraised using what here? This multilateral. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're keen enough and you happen to be having that handout, they've given us an example there. They've given us an example there where they're telling us Barlow PLC, and the Orange Inc. are respectively UK and the US subsidiaries. So they are related. Subsidiaries of a Swiss-based holding company. On 30th September 201, Barlow owed Orange Swiss francs 650,000, and the Orange owed Barlow Swiss francs 450,000. So you can see 2 subsidiaries that have got some internal owings. They owe each other. So we have in this case, ladies and gentlemen, Barlow owed Orange more, 650, right? And the same Barlow expects to receive 450,000 from Orange. So you can make reference to one company. We make reference to one company. So this is Barlow. So Barlow, so you say simply Barlow, what is its payable to the sister company? And what is its receivable from the sister company? So could you kindly give me these figures? What do you think is Barlow's payable to the sister company? What is Barlow's payable to the sister company? Can someone talk to me? Barlow's payable, we are told, ladies and gentlemen, Barlow owed Orange 650,000. And then now we have a Orange, which also owed Barlow. So if Orange owed Barlow, then that owing becomes a receivable to Barlow. A receivable of how much? 450,000. 450,000. Remember, these both are Swiss francs. They're Swiss francs. So please come and give us the net. It's quite a simple thing, and you guys can easily get this. Give us the net amount and tell me whether the net is payable or receivable. So it is going to be 200,000. So is it a payable or a receivable? The net is payable because the payable is more. So it's a net payable of 200,000 Swiss francs. So Barlow will be expected now to pay the other company these Swiss francs, reduced amount. When it is reduced like that, now that we'll be changing this now to the US currency, the exposure reduces. Even if there will be a loss, it will be minimized. Again, remember here now, we are reducing on our transaction cost because it's only one company which will transact. It's only one company that will transact. Now, where, this wasn't there in the old syllabus. This is now totally a new concept in this syllabus. And I know if the examiner wants to surprise you guys, he's going to test you on the multilateral. He can't give you this. This will be too simple. He'll give you a question on this multilateral. So could we read together? What is multilateral? So multilateral is a more complex procedure. I hate such kind of a write-up from this serious book. When you tell a student it's complex, they may fear. It's the simplest. Trust you me. It is the simplest. In which the debts of more than 2 group companies are netted off against each other. There are different ways of arranging multilateral netting. The arrangement might be coordinated by the company's own central treasury or alternatively by the company's bankers. The steps to be followed. construct a matrix, a table, with the companies receiving money down the left side and the companies making payments across the top. Enter all the amounts each company owes to the other and convert these to an agreed settlement currency. There must be a settlement currency, and then we are going to add our row totals and the column total. For us to understand what Mwalimu is talking about, I would want us to look at the example given down there, the one of Maximilian. So Maximilian Group is made up of 3 companies, one in Germany, one in Hong Kong, and one in the US. The following intercompany transactions took place during the first quarter. So you can see receiving company, you can see there receiving company and the paying companies across, right? So Germany, Hong Kong, US. Maximilian has introduced a system of multilateral netting to minimize the number of intergroup payments. The US dollar will be the reporting currency or the settlement currency. The US dollar will be used as a settlement currency. Exchange rates have been given down there. So they want us to do something very simple. They want us to do something very simple to illustrate the effect of multilateral netting on intergroup receipts and the payments. It's like very many students can't see what we are doing. Very many students can't see what we are doing. Let me try to see what I could do. Let me try and see what I could do. I've been able to take a screenshot, which I've been able to send there. Yeah. So please confirm whether you have been able to see that one pager now. The screenshot, please confirm whether you've been able to see that one pager. The screenshot, have you been able to see it? Have you been able to see? Sorry for that. I think now it's okay. Sorry, yeah. So you know there is a difference between book page and whatever, but now to resolve that, I've decided to take a screenshot. Great, cheers. So now what I'll do, I will come and make this matrix so nicely. It's very easy. This is the easiest thing ever. How I pray. They bring this thing this semester. How I pray. This one is the easiest thing ever. So what I'll do, I'll come and prepare my matrix this way. So I will have here from, and then I'll have here 2. So this is from the paying companies, and then we have here 2, the receiving companies. Is there anybody who could be remembering the Markov that I taught you in section 4 last semester? Anybody who could be remembering some concepts of Markov analysis? We are meeting Markov analysis again here. So we have 3 companies based in 3 different countries. We have a Germany subsidiary, we have a Hong Kong subsidiary, and then we have a US subsidiary. So we shall repeat this downwards. So we have Germany, we have Hong Kong, and then we have US like that. Hong Kong and the US like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment I am with this, then automatically I am at home. So I can see the figures. So the first figure there is dash. The second figure there is talking of euros. 10 million. The third figure is talking over euros. Yeah, euros again. Euros, how many euros? 6 million. And then we have Hong Kong dollars, or 5 million. Hong Kong dollars or 5 million. We have a dash there. Again, we have Hong Kong dollars of 20 million. And then we have dollars here, 12 million. So these dollars here belong to which country? These dollars belong to which country? You know, if it's Canadian dollar, they always mention their CA dollar. When in this case here, they are left like that, they belong to which country? USA. USA, it's good to know that. Very important to know that. And please remember, as we discuss about this, it will be very important for us to start reasoning like global citizens. Global citizens normally handle various what here currencies. These guys will be at Berlin, Germany, etc. etc. So you become an international warrior, not a local champion. Not a local champion. Local champion, we refuse that. So this is the dollar. So ladies and gentlemen, once you give me this matrix, then everything else becomes very nice to me. You know, at the end of the day, I can't add these currencies across, right? I can't do that. The first thing you've been told is to identify the reporting currency. Identify the reporting currency of the group. As this examiner given as the reporting currency, what could be wrong today with my batteries? What could be wrong? All right. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, we're discussing about the reporting currency in this question. Have they given us the reporting currency? Have they given us the reporting currency? US dollars, isn't it? Thank you very much. So then the first thing you have to do is to convert all other currencies which are on this table. You convert all other currencies that are on this table, except the US dollar, of course. You exchange, convert, like this Hong Kong dollar and the euros. You convert them to what here, the reporting currency, which is the US dollar. So I would want to get the exchange rates. I would want to get the exchange rate. I would want to get the exchange rate. Remember, you'll be told, like in this question, they have told you. 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 They have told you the reporting currency, right? In this question, they have told you the reporting currency. If you're keen enough, you must have seen a place where they're telling you that the reporting currency, they have told you down there. Maximilian has introduced a system of multilateral netting to minimize the number of intergroup payments. The US dollar will be used as a settlement. It cannot fail. It has to be given. This has to be given, right? So like now they have told us there, if you're keen enough, they have told us, ladies and gentlemen, that the Hong Kong dollar, we have the euro there, right? And then we have, in this case here, Hong Kong dollar to whatever. So first of all, I would want to change this, to exchange these euros to the dollars. To exchange these euros to the dollars. Can someone tell me the exchange rate I should use to exchange the euros to the dollars? Exchange euros to the dollars. Is there somebody who is able to see the exchange rate to be used there? Exchange rate to be used there. Is there anybody who is able to see the exchange rate of the euro to the dollar? Euro to the dollar. Thank you very much, Winnie. Winnie amesema ile ambayo utatumia euro to dollar ni hii. Ni hii imeandikwa 0.6919 euro per dollar. Unaona hiyo? Euro per $1. Euro per dollar. Of course, euro unaweza kuweka hapa ama hivyo. Per $1. So the question is, when I want to translate this to dollars, should I divide or multiply? 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 Divide. Ama ufanye kimother tongue. Ukuje useme kwamba 0.6919 euro 0.6919 euro equals $1. How about 10 million euros? If you cross multiply 10 times this divided by that. So in short, ameniambia mwalimu oye kuja sema divided by 0.6919. Pia the same hapa. Divided by 0.6919 to convert this to dollars. Please go to Hong Kong. Please now go to Hong Kong. Go to Hong Kong and talk to us. Go to Hong Kong and talk to us. Go to Hong Kong and talk to us. Hong Kong dollar to the US dollar. Are you able to see an exchange rate there that is able to connect these two, Hong Kong dollar to the US dollar? Right? Kumbuka hata examiner ya kudanganya atakwambia ati Hong Kong dollar to the euro. Atakwambia Hong Kong dollar to the euro. Here we are converting all foreign currencies to the US dollar. We are converting all foreign currencies to the US dollar. I haven't seen so many students giving me this answer. Hong Kong, the US dollar. So I should come and divide this by what? Divide this by what? Divide this by what? Someone talk to me. 7.7821. 7.7821. 7.7821. Hiyo ni ukweli, 7.7821. Thank you very much. Please, these are already in the form of what here? Dollars. So you should never bother, in this case here, exchanging them. These are already US dollars. Sasa nifanyeni favor. Hebu nipatieni hizi answers haraka haraka niandike in form of dollars. Wewe lazima uandike matrix mpya. Mimi sitaandika matrix mpya. Yangu itakuwa rahisi. Kwanza divide hizi mbili niambie dola ngapi. So in this case here, this now matrix, my matrix, now the whole of it is in form of US dollar. The whole of it is in the form of US dollar. Hebu divide haraka haraka uoye munipatie figures uoye. Divide haraka haraka munipatie figures uoye. Divide haraka haraka munipatie hii itakuja ngapi somebody uoye ukidivide. Uoye talk to me ukidivide nakuja ngapi? Awaongee ukidivide inakuja ngapi tukidivide? Tukidivide nakuja ngapi? Awaongee. Wanameni 14.46 ni clear. 14.45, 14.45. Clear, angalia vizuri. Mimi niko na whiteboard mzuri, so nitakuja hapa uye naandika hapa ni 14.45 and now I know these are US dollar. Wewe lazima uandike table mpya hapo chini. Alafu unakuja kwa hii ya pili uye 6 million divided by this inakuja ngapi? 6 million divide inakuja 8.67. Aki whiteboard yangu ni mzuri, mimi nakuja tu hapa navuta namna hiyo, nasema dola 8. Nasema dola 8 what here somebody 67. Alafu nakuja kwa hizi ya Hong Kong. I'm translating all these currencies to the dollar. So please take this 5 million divided by 7.7821. All our figures are in dollar millions. So somebody ameniambia mwalimu hii ni 0.64. Ati mwalimu hii ni 0.64 dollar. Please, I know pretty well that this is a dash. So now come to this 20 divided by 7.7821. Masi ameniambia ni 2.5 something. Masi ananiambia mwalimu mimi najua sana ati hii ni sawa na Masi ameniambia mwalimu inajua hii ni sawa na nini? Na 2.57. Aya, naulizeni swali. Hizi nita translate hizi tena kweli? Hizi nita translate tena kweli ama hakuna? Hizo no. Simply because they are what here? Simply because they are what here? In US dollars already. They are US dollars already. Aya, sasa unakuja hapo unatupatia the total receipts. Total receipts in form of dollar. Una add across. Una add across. Unasema Germany na expect to receive how much in total? Germany na expect to receive how much in total? You're going to like this. I'm so sure, 100% sure. You're going to like this experience. So Germany ita receive ngapi? 23.12. Thank you very much. Germany ita receive 23.12. Haya, enda straight away katika Hong Kong. Hong Kong ita receive ngapi? Hong Kong ita receive ngapi? Hong Kong. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Mercy. Hong Kong 0.64 plus 2.57. Hong Kong ita receive 3.21. 3.21. Unaona kwa ya mwisho hii US subsidiary ita receive ngapi mara ya mwisho oye? Ita receive ngapi mara ya mwisho oye? 12 plus 16. Yata mimi najua sana hiyo ni $28. Dollars like that. Unakuja hapa abracadabra, unaandika hapa oye total payment. Unaandika hapa total payment. Unaandika hapo total payment. So nenda kwa column ya kwanza una add. Column ya kwanza una add. Hii hata mimi najua sana column ya kwanza ku add. Hii mimi najua sana. Itakuja kuwe ngapi somebody? 12.64 dollar. How about Hong Kong? $30.45. 30.45. Thank you very much. Right? Alafu nda kwa column ya mwisho ya US. Column ya mwisho ya US. Ya US we need, ananiambia ni 11.24. Namna hiyo. Aya. Unakuja hapa, unaandika hii column ya total payments, una copy tu total payments. Kazi yako ni kucopy tu total payments. Hapo unakuja na ya kwanza ambao ni 12.64. Unaandika namna hiyo. Payment lazima iwe kwa bracket. Hii 30.45 na kwa bracket. Unakuja hapa tuko na 11.24 unaweka kwa bracket namna hiyo. Alafu nipatia the net now. Net. Unapatia column ya mwisho pale ambao unaandika net. Column ya mwisho pale ambao unaandika net. Column ya mwisho pale ambayo unaandika net. Column ya mwisho unaandika net. Column ya mwisho unaandika net. So column ya mwisho ukiandika net, what do we have there somebody? Net. Tunachukua total receipt minus the payment. Total receipt minus the payment. Total receipt minus the payment. Nipatia figure. Ya kwanza wanasema ati ni 11.24. Thank you very much. Ya kwanza ati ni 11.24. Haya, unaona next one. Next one 10 point. Abana. 10.48. Thank you very much, Silas. 10.48. Thank you very much. Haya, enda kwa hiyo second one. Second one itakuwa minus something. Second one abracadabra itakuwa minus something. Itakuwa minus 27 kweli. 3 point, yes, minus 27.24. Minus 27.24. Alafu je ya mwisho kabisa itakuwa ngapi? Ya mwisho kabisa itakuwa positive. 16 point what here somebody? 16.76. Thank you very much. Now this net, hebu nione maajabu hapa. Hebu jaribu kuadd hiyo niambie itakuja ngapi. Jaribu kuadd zote. Net. Ukiadd hiyo ni check moja mzuri sana. Net. Ukiadd net hiyo ni check moja mzuri sana. Isipokuja 0, hiyo swali juu umenyoroshwa yote. Isipokuja 0, hiyo swali juu umenyoroshwa yote. So itakuja kuwe namna gani somebody? 0 namna hiyo. 0 namna hiyo. 0 namna hiyo. 0. So now I would want you to listen to me very well. At the end of the day, what are we learning here? You see, like we had Germany owing Hong Kong. Germany at the end of the day alikuwa na owe US. Lakini sasa because of this multilateral lending, multilateral netting, we are getting it very simple. That at the end of the day, Germany will receive 10.48. Right? US will receive 16.76. And they both will be receiving from one company. It's one company that will pay these two. Which company is the payer? The one with the negative? The one with the negative. So this negative company here, which is based in Hong Kong, will pay 10.48 to Germany and 16.76 to which country? To the US country. To the US country. P. Mwangi anasema, Mera by 0.02, those are rounding off errors. They are allowed. Those are rounding off errors. They are allowed. Sasa nataka mnifanyie favor. Mimi najua mjaelewa at all. Lakini ningetaka tufanye one serious past paper question, ya ACCA. As I told you, haijailetwa kwa CPA. It has never been brought to CPA. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's check from the ACCA. We see how far. At least we are somewhere. Yeah. So tuangalie kwa ACCA. There is another book that I'll send to you, lakini nimerealize hapa kwa tumia books hazikuji mzuri sana. The best nini, one page works out for us very well. One page works out for us very well. So I would want to go to this particular book ambayo inaongea kuhusu questions za, iko na question ya multilateral lending. Patricia anasema nimepotea. Which country will that negative be paid? You remember, if you add this 10.48 and 16.76, they'll total this 27.24. So this 27.24 negative, it means that this subsidiary, this country, which is the Hong Kong country-based subsidiary, will deduct 10.48 they pay to this, and then 16.76 they pay to this. Lakini sasa uzuri hata utaki kujua, utakanda ujue ima interpretation. Wewe enda paka kwa net. Once umfanya net, na ukapata zero, wachana interpretation at all. Interpretation, wacho ya examiner hata ya interpretia peke yake. Interpretation, wacha hata yafanya interpretation peke yake, kwani iko shida gani? Aya. Yes, it's called Kenduri. It's called Kenduri. Aya. Sasa angalia straight away kwa WhatsApp. Angalia straight away kwa WhatsApp. Haiko kwa page. It's quite different to US dollar. How are they converted to the US dollar? Those are good questions, but I am assuming that these students are students who never started with us. So perhaps they will be able to understand better when I do this question. Of Kenduri. Have you been able to see the question of Kenduri? Kenduri question, have you seen it? Kenduri question. Kenduri company. Yes. So I would want you to read that question and then you try answering it. Then you advise us accordingly. Try doing. I have owed by and owed to. So the most important thing is to come and remember very well. It's straightforward, yes. Yes. So remember very well that we have here from payments to receipts. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have only 3 companies. We have one company called Kenduri. We have another company called Gochiso. I'll call it Gochi. We have another company called Jala. Another company called Laka like that. So I'll copy the same. So we have Kenduri. We have Gochi. We have Jala. We have Laka. Okay. Okay. So then what have they told us? They have told us they are owed by. Kenduri is owed, right? Owed by. And then we have, in this case here, owed to. So which one becomes the payment? Which one becomes the receipt? Owed to. Owed to in this case here is which one? The owed to. Owed to. Is owed to a receipt or a payment? Owed to. Owed to. Owed to. Owed to. Owed to is a payment. I'm going to make my payments too. I'm owed by is a receipt. So in this case here, from payment, this one is the owed to. And then of course, the receipt here will be, in this case here, owed by. I'm owed by so and so. I'm owed by so and so. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen there. So when we read this thing very nicely, what do we have there? We are told like Kenduri company, in this case here, owed by Lakama, owed by Lakama 4.5. So where should I write in this case here, this 4.5 million? Where should I write the 4.5 million? Where should I write the 4.5 million? Is it 1? That's Kenduri Lakama. 2. Where should I write the 4.5 million? Is it 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2? Wameanza kuchanganyikiwa. Wameanza kuchanganyikiwa. Aha, wameanza kuchanganyikiwa. Wameanza kuchanganyikiwa. Wameanza kuchanganyikiwa. 1 wameanza kuchanganyikiwa zaidi. Wameanza kuchanganyikiwa zaidi. Hebu fikiria kidogo. Take time and think a little bit. Take time there and think a little bit. Take time there and think a little bit. Take time. Take time and think a little bit. Is it number 1 or number 2? Owed by. Number 1 or number 2? Take time and reason a little bit. Mary amesema she has seen. Wengi wameanza kusema 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing will be for you to tell us this 4.5. This 4.5 million will be paid by who? Will be paid by who? The 4.5 will be paid by who? The 4.5 million will be paid by who at the end of the day, according to your understanding? The 4.5 will be paid by who? The 4.5 will be paid by who? The 4.5 is going to be paid by who? Yes, you know, it is an owing. It is an owing. The person who is going to pay Kenduri is Lakama. Is Lakama. So they're saying Lakama will receive. Right? Look at this thing very well. You know, Kenduri is owed by Lakama. Kenduri is owed by Lakama. So Lakama is the one to pay. Lakama is the one to pay. Tuelewane kwanza. Alafu unajua tu confuse no problem. I'll be able to tell you what to do. How to confuse no problem. How to confuse no problem. Lakini kwa sasa hebu angalieni hapa. This 4.5, Lakama is saying I'm supposed to make this payment of 4.5 million to Kenduri. To Kenduri. Lakama is supposed to make this payment of 4.5 million to Kenduri. Why? Because Kenduri company is owed by. So Lakama is the one to pay. And if that is the case, then Lakama payment, all payments of Lakama will be factored in here, will be captured there. So this becomes what here, somebody 4.5 million like that. Now tuendelee mbele, unaambiwa the next one. Now this time round we have Jala company owing, in this case here Kenduri. So Jala to pay how much? Goja kidogo. In US dollar. Sorry, in US dollar. In US dollar 4.5 million. Alafu naambiwa pale vizuri kweli kweli kwamba tuko another company in this case here that needs to make a payment to Kenduri. A company called Jala. Jala will be paying Canadian dollar 1.1. So Jala will be paying 1.1 here. Will be paying 1.1 Canadian dollar, 1.1 million, right? And then we have again Jala. Jala will be paying Canadian dollars 3.2 to Gochi. So Jala will be paying a Gochi. Gochi is here. Canadian dollars 3.2 million. So Jala payments of Jala will go down like that. From ladies and gentlemen, we are told there another one is Lakama company now making US dollar payment, 1.4 US dollar payment to Gochi. So we have the next one there is called, the next one there is called Jala. Not Jala, but Laka. Laka 1.4 to Gochi. So Laka ndio you hapa anataka ku make payment to Gochi. Ya ngapi? Ya 1.4 million. 1.4 million nini? US dollar. US dollar 1.4 million like that. US dollar 1.4 million. Now from ladies and gentlemen, we have the next one. We have the next one there. We have the next one there. 1.5 US dollar payable by Lakama to Jala. So in this case here, we have Lakama to Jala. Lakama to Jala is here. So Lakama to Jala, wanasema ni pesa ngapi Lakama to Jala? Ni US dollar 1.5 million. So US dollar 1.5 million like that. From there, we have 3.4 Canadian dollar being paid by Kenduri. So Kenduri will be paying 3.4 Canadian dollar to a company called who? To a company called Jala. Kenduri to Jala. Yes. Haya, tuende vizuri. Hebu nikupatie dakika moja, ujaribu kupost peke yako saa kwa hii table imebaki. Jaribu kupost tuone peke yako. Jaribu kupost peke yako tuone. If I owe you 5K, that means I have your 5,000. Yes. You're going to make a payment of 5,000 to me. You're going to make a payment of 5,000 to me. It may look a lot of, but I'll be able to tell, even if you confuse the payments and whatever, no problem. No problem, no problem. Ukimaliza, please, atakuwa umemaliza wrongly, sema nimemaliza. Finished. Ndio nifanye posting, naweza kwenda kwa kitu kingine. Ukimaliza, please tell us umemaliza so that I can go to something different. Get to unasema done. Finished. Done. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from there, what have we told? What are we told? What are we told? What are we told there? We are told after the 1.5 million, we have Kenduri company, which is going to pay which company? Kenduri paying Jala. How much? 3.4. So Kenduri now paying Jala here, 3.4 million. 3.4 million. Which currency is this 3.4 million? It is Canadian dollar. It's Canadian dollar. From there, we have Japanese yen, 320 million, payable by Gochiso. Gochiso paying who? Payable by Gochiso to Lakama. Gochiso to Lakama is Japanese yen, Japanese yen, Japanese yen, Japanese yen. How much here? Japanese yen, how much? 320 million. From there, we have the last one, which is now Kenduri again. Kenduri paying US dollars 2.1 million to Lakama. So Kenduri to Lakama. Kenduri to Lakama. Kenduri to Lakama ni ngapi somebody? 2.1 million. 2.1 million nini somebody? US dollar. US dollar like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, has this examiner given us the reporting currency? Has the examiner given us the reporting currency? Do we have the reporting currency? Do we have the reporting currency? Do we have the reporting currency? Pounds. Pounds. Reporting currency is pounds because of the parent company. The parent company here is called Kenduri, which is based where? Which is based in the UK. Which is based in the UK. Studying pounds, thank you very much. So then the other thing that you're supposed to remember very fast is that all these currencies here must be converted to sterling pounds. All these currencies here must be converted to sterling pounds. All the currencies here must be converted to sterling pounds. So is there anybody who is able to see US dollar, mera umetoa US dollar, tumeambiwa Kenduri Company, first paragraph. Kenduri Company is a large multinational company based in the UK. Based in the UK, with a number of what year? Subsidiaries. With a number of subsidiaries, companies around the world. So straight away here, we have to use the currency of the parent. Very good. Mayomi is asking, are we going to use the selling or the buying rate? The selling or the buying rate? The selling or the buying rate? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is normally quite complicated. For netting, we always work with the mid spot rate. Ukiona umepatiwa buying and selling rate. For netting, I'm repeating again. For netting, we normally make use of the mid. Even in this question, these guys must have guided you. Lazima kuna mahali wamekuambia kwamba use the mid. Is there anybody who is able to see the mid thing somewhere? Is there anybody who is able to see the mid spot rate? Use the mid spot rate. Yes, the first paragraph, last sentence of the first paragraph. The last sentence of the last paragraph, if multilateral netting is undertaken, the spot mid rates would be used. So spot mid rate na maanisha, please ana mahali umeandikiwa spot. Umeona mahali umeandikiwa spot kweli? Sijui kama umeona mahali umeandikiwa spot. Umeona mahali umeandikiwa spot. Spot exchange rate. Kama ya kwanza hiyo wamesema ni 1.5. Wamesema ni 1.59. 1.5938. 1.5938 to 1.5962. Ukisikia use the mid spot. Don't go to the forward. Mid spot, add these two, and then you divide by 2. You simply give us an average. Ukisikia mid spot rate, always give us an average. So I would want someone to give me, of course I can see there are US dollars, but I would want to change to pounds. Is there somebody who is able to give me the US to the pound exchange rate mid? Ile una add na divide na 2, pata potea. Mmejaribu mnafuata, mnajaribu sana mnafuata. So Abdalla ameniambia mwalimu, exchange rates ziko namna hii, the mid exchange rate ziko hivi. Akaniambia ya kwanza ni 1.59 dollar to the pound. Ya pili pale ni ya Canadian dollar to pound. Again, una add hizo mbili, una divide na 2. Una add hizo mbili, una divide na 2. Una add hizo mbili, una divide na 2. Pata potea. So long as umeona spot exchange rate, getting the mid is never a problem. Aha, wameniambia mwalimu itakuwa ni 1.57 Canadian dollar to the pound. 1.57 Canadian dollar to the pound. Ya mwisho ni Japanese yen to the pound. Akiwa ameanza kunyamaza, wanafunzi wengine ndio kiwaibia siri hawezi wakajua. Hawa wanafunzi wengine wanakosa kushika 132.75, 132.75 Japanese yen to the pound. Japanese yen to the pound. Haya, abracadabra. Could you kindly, ladies and gentlemen, try now to do the conversions? Let's try to do the conversions. Kama hapa sasa niko na Canadian dollar 1.1 million. How do I convert this? I have the exchange rate ya Canadian dollar. So the question is, should I multiply or divide? Should I multiply or divide? Should I multiply or divide? Pata pote, please ongelesha mimi. Mimi nakwambia mimi ni mzuri. Mimi ni mzuri. Niongelesha tu. Divide ama multiply. Divide because I cannot multiply Canadian dollar with this Canadian dollar. If I try doing such multiplication, I'll end up getting Canadian dollar squared, which will be disastrous. So whenever I see currencies which are uniform, ladies and gentlemen, these are Canadian dollars, these are Canadian dollars, let us not multiply at all. Divide to kill the Canadian dollars, so that we'll be left with pounds alone. So please see hapa, unasema divide by 1.57. How about the US dollar? This US dollar to the pound. I'm converting all these currencies here to the pound. Are you able to see the US dollar is here to the pound? So what I need to do is to ask myself whether I need to multiply this or I divide. I multiply or I divide. Staki answers kwanza, Betty. Staki answers. Nataka tuende pole pole. Staki answers kwanza. So hapa, simona nikisema US dollar times US dollar itakuwa mambo bad. So hapa nitakuja ni divide by 1.59. Hii sasa hata kuna kureason tena. Canadian dollar nimeshajua. Hiyo ni 1.5. By the way, kama umeshapata US dollar, malizana na US dollar zote. Divide hapa na 1.59, divide hapa na 1.59. Inakuwa namna hiyo. Kutoka hapo, ladies and gentlemen, could you kindly come and give us kuna ingine hapa Canadian dollar midpoint. The midpoint are here. If you're able to see the spot rate, like if you're given a range, like 2 to 4, kama ile high school, and you want to get, in this case here, the middle value, what do? Unasema 2 plus 4 divided by 2. 2 plus 4 divided by 2. Imelda anasema amepata 1.58. Imelda for Canadian. Imelda anasema, hebu angalieni vizuri Canadian. Imelda anasema 1.58, not 1.57. Please confirm for Canadian. Is it supposed to be 1.57 or 1.58? Angalia vizuri tena Imelda. Angalia vizuri. Haya, angalieni hapa bado kuna Canadian dollar. Hizi Canadian dollar ndio hii hapa, nasema 1.57. Hata US dollar unajua ni 1.59. Haya, Japanese yen again, I'll come and divide this by 132.75. 132.75. Okay, Lucy, pole sana. Sasa please enda kwa table yako, ujaribu kupata sasa hizi rounded off to how many decimal places? Rounded off to 2 decimal places. So hapa ni dash. Enda kwa table yako, tengeneze, hebu niambie hii 1.1 divided by 1.57, 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places. Imelda, thank you very much. Umeconfirm. Cyrus ameniambia mwalimu 2 decimal places. Mwalimu vuta ina ngumi. Sema ni 0.7. Hata sitaki kuandika currency sasa. Nishafanya conversion. I know my figures now are in pounds. Enda kwa hii alaka, hii ya pili ya alaka 2 decimal places ni ngapi? Hii ya pili ya alaka 2 decimal places ni ngapi? Wanasema ni 2.82. Hii wanasema ni 2.82. Hii alaka ni 2.82. Thank you very much. Is it 2.82 or 2.83? 2.82 or 2.83? 2.83. Mniambia mwalimu hapa weka 2.83. Thank you very much. So kuja hapa dash. How about this? Abracadabra. Somebody is telling me that mwalimu, your table is very nice because I'm only adding and deleting. So mniambia mwalimu hapa sasa vuta hiyo, sema ni 2.04. Twende haraka sasa 2.04. Enda kwa the next one. The next one please. Who has a figure for the next one? Please. 0.88. Thank you very much. Let me go slowly because I know some of you mnaandika. Mnachora table afresh. Some of you. Tuende kwa the next one. The next one je, hapa inakuja ngapi? Hii itakuwa 2.55 eh? Mera anasema 2.5. But I saw somebody saying 2.17 up there. Please confirm. Please confirm. Please confirm. Please confirm. 2.17 ndio correct. Haya, abracadabra. Ini dash, ini dash. How about the last one here? Laka jala. Yeah, laka jala. Itakuja 0 point something. Yeah, laka jala. Itakuja 0 point something. So inakuja 0.94. Inakuja 0.94. 0.94. Thank you. Now come to this one. Come to this one. Pole pole two. Pole pole two. Pole pole two. Come to this one. Pole pole two. Pole pole two. Somebody is telling me this is supposed to be 1.51. 1.32, eh? 1.32 here. And then now the Japanese thing divided. Itakuja ngapi if you divide this Japanese yen thing? You divide, itakuja ngapi? 2.41. Itakuja 2. Here Japanese yen. Is it 2.41? 2.41? 2.41? 2.41? Okay. So if that is the case, please come down here and give me the total payments. Give me the total payments. Add downwards. Add downwards. Give me the total payment. Give me the total payment. If you add downwards, what will be the total payment? Mera bana niambia mwalimu itakuwa 3.8. 3.8. Is it 3.87 or 3.48? Downwards, 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 downwards. Ama nataka tuende 3.49, right? So 3.49. How about the second column? This one I'm pretty much aware of it. Itakuja 2.41. 2.41. Haya. Unakuja hapa next, ladies and gentlemen. Unakuja hapa next, una add jala. Column jala, 2 decimal places. Column jala 2.74 eh? Alafu ya mwisho kabisa unasema laka, column laka inakuja namna gani? Somebody column laka. Column laka inakuja namna gani? Column laka 4.65. Thank you very much. 4.65. Thank you very much. Please go straight away to the receipts. Go to the receipts. Go to the receipts. Go to the receipts. Go to the receipts. So receipts here, what do we have? Somebody receipts. Receipts, receipts. Please add ya kenduri. Uki add ya kenduri, the other side, inakuja inakuwa ngapi ya kenduri? Ya kenduri uki add 3.53. 3.53. How about ya gochi? How about ya gochi? Gochi inakuja ngapi? Ya gochi uki add ya gochi itakuja ngapi ya gochi? 2.92. Ya gochi ni 2.92. Thank you very much. From there you go to the jala. Jala, jala, if you have to add the one of jala, what shall we get at the end of the day? Jala uki add itakuja ngapi? 3.11. 3.11. Alafu je ya laka. Alafu unajua kitu kama hii uzuri, hata si lazima understand everything. Hapana, it's about the low hanging fruits. You'll be surprised. Wanafunzi wangapi Kenya wanaweza wakafika paka hapa? Wachache sana. Wewe so long as unajua, for example, like the first thing will be to draw that table. Next thing, identify the reporting currency. Start in this case here doing the exchanges. You'll end up getting so many marks without even knowing what you are doing. So ukipata hapa 3.73, not a problem. Please unakuja hapa next, unaandika column ya payments. Column ya payments unakopi tu vile inakaa. Column ya payments unakopi exactly vile inakaa. Hapo unasema ni 3.49. Hapo unasema ni 2.41. Hapo unasema ni 2.74. Hapo unasema ni 4.65. Alafu unatoanisha upate net. Unatoanisha upate net. Unakuja hapo unatoanisha upate net. Unatoanisha, please Mera weka 2 decimal places throughout. 2 decimal places throughout. Nisikuchanganya katikati, weka 2 decimal places throughout. So unatoanisha, kumbuka ni receipt, positive, payment, negative. Kama ya kwanza itakuwa positive something. So remember net, it's receipt minus payment. This receipt minus payment. Receipt minus payment. So ya kwanza Roba ananiambia ni 0.04. 0.04. Thank you very much Roba. Ya pili J. Ya pili J. itakuwa namna gani? 0.51, 0.51, 0.51. Thank you. Ya 3J itakuwaje? Ya 3J itakuwaje ya 3? 0.37. Thank you very much. 0.37. Aha, sasa ya mwisho itakuja kuwa namna gani? Ya haraka. Ya mwisho itakuwa minus 0.9 na what ya somebody? Minus 0.92. Minus 0.92. Alafu ukitaka kujua kama umepata, wewe unakuja na add hizo zote. Ukiadd zote unapata ngapi? Ukipata 0, don't even go to the interpretations. Never go to the interpretations at all. Never go to the interpretations at all. Ukifika hapo ushafanya your multilateral. Yeah, that is it. Another thing, for example, ukienda kuadd kama saa Merab, upate 0.002, usiandike hiyo tu hapo, unamwambiaga ni 0. Wewe unajua kusurvive. Hata kwa upata 0 point something, unamwambia tu ni 0. It seems interesting, yes. Yeah, it seems interesting. It is something that we can easily pick, really. The other thing ambao unafaa kujua, wacha nikupatie siri nyingine. Hata kama umeinterchange, hata ukiangalia CCL umerudia kitu, hata kama umeinterchange hapo kuweka payable receivable, these answers utapata the same, only that now yours will be a little, not a little bit, but different because of what are the signs, and the examiner can never penalize you because of that. So that should not worry you like which one do you put in odd, whatever. No. Yeah. Yes. Knowing hata ya tuna from Merab will be surprised. You are see important. Hata mwenye aliconfuse akaeka hapa wote, at the end of the day utapata yeye alipata hapa minus 0.04. Not unless you examine as an examiner from hell. Akiona umeandika 0.04 negative, 0.5 negative, atakupatia itakuwa positive, atakupatia total marks. Sisi narudia kitu sana. Total marks utapata. So the paragraphs there are meant, in this case here, the paragraphs are meant to scare you. Yes, and that is how these exams are. That's how these exams are. That's how these exams are. So I'll be able to repeat, ladies and gentlemen, with you another one later on, but there is something that I would want to do here. Yeah, there is something